Good Sunday morning, everyone. This is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot, and this is your Tarot-tuitive energy reading for today, Sunday, July the 21st, 2024. I hope this Sunday finds you all blessed, feeling wonderful, great, amazing on this beautiful transformational journey to find our true self, the version of our true self, whatever the version that may be for you. Stepping into that true version with the King of Cups, recognizing, understanding, and knowing that we all have things to do in this world, in our individual lives, out into the world. But there is also a desire or a need to find the balance and to have fun, to enjoy the journey, to allow yourself to nurture yourself, not just to nurture, but to find that empathy and compassion, that imagination for self that helps you on this journey. Because if not, we have the potential of finding this journey very difficult when we allow ourselves to get in our head, our own head, when we allow ourselves to make it more difficult than it has to be or it is. That Nine of Swords and that Nine of Wands, what I want to say about these two cards is that sometimes we are on this journey and everything is working out swimmingly, and we have journeyed across the trials and tribulations, the upsets, the mistakes, if that's what you call them, the uncertainties, the insecurities, the instabilities. We have managed to get through that with love from others, love for self, sometimes visualization, imagination, sometimes just taking a break and taking a step back and nurturing oneself and reevaluating the situation. And through that whole journey, it's 5 minutes before the miracle happens that it's the worst. 5 minutes before the miracle happens, we start asking ourselves, is this what I should be doing? Or is this what I want to do? Because we're so blinded by the trials and the tribulations that come out of the journey that once we get to a point of just about going over the precipice of that mountain, which used to be a molehill, but us in our head, our mind, that mountain, we kind of throw our hands up in the air, and then it's later on down the road that we ask ourselves, well, why did you go through all of that just to give up 5 minutes before? Because we didn't know that 5 minutes later it was going to be the miracle, did we? We didn't know that 5 minutes after that insecure thought that caused us to throw our hands up and say fuck it, there was going to be a miracle. We didn't know that 5 minutes after we fought the good battle and we ran out of reserves, that there was going to be a miracle. We didn't know that. We didn't know that. Even though the little bird on the windowsill said so, we still didn't know that. So we have the Ten of Swords energy, and the Ten of Swords says, okay, well, it's okay. It's okay that you didn't know that, because now we're transitioning. We're letting all of that go, and we're going to start fresh, and we're going to start new. Don't forget to nurture yourself, empathy, compassion, imagination, looking toward the immediate future, speaking your truth, standing in your power. Don't forget the stability and the balance, and to be open to many different things. And I think that's a problem for a lot of us, that we have a tendency to go through life with blinders on, right? And then we go ahead and we see the greatness, everything starts off great and it's rosy and it's amazing, and oops, there's a bump, and oops, there's another bump, and oops, there's a crater, and then there's another crater. And instead of going around those craters, we have blinders on. We can't see what's over there or over there. We go straight, and we wind up causing ourselves to kind of, just kind of give up, because everything before us looks like chaos. It looks like you know, those trials and tribulations, it looks like chaos, it looks like danger, it looks like uncertainty and insecurity. Well, if we were to take those blinders off, we would see that to the left or to the right, maybe, of that little hole that turned into a crater could have been smooth sailing, you know? But we have a tendency to just kind of go, well, because it started off great and it screwed up a little bit here, well, I'm just going to just not. And that's like, you know, that's like putting one of the most, I'm going to just use a food example. That's putting one of the most decadent foods in front of you and complaining that something else is off, so I'm not going to eat anything. Well, don't eat the thing that's off. Eat everything else. It's here for you. It's great. It's wonderful. It's amazing. Indulge, enjoy, have fun. You wouldn't sacrifice that 5-tiered velvet chocolate cake because a carrot was burned. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. Use your own analogy on it, but it works out the same way. You're 5 minutes before the miracle and you're throwing it all in, you're throwing the towel in because you don't see your way around something because you got blinders on. Take a moment. Take the blinders off. Why make something more difficult than it needs to be? So you take a moment, you take the blinders off, you start moving past all of those things that may have caused those feelings, those trials and tribulations. You start moving forward. I think we had the Eight of Wands yesterday too. You start moving forwards. Yesterday was this journey of transformation. We had the Death card, and today we're talking about on this journey of transformation, of transition. There's a little bit of insecurity. There's a little bit of insecurity and a little bit of doubt and a little bit of feeling battle worn because of those blinders, right? So take the blinders off and let's move past the shit and move into something new, something fresh, something growth, something grand. Let's move into our strength and our courage, and let's navigate this energy to the best possible outcome. And there will be people who will try to distract you. I use the Two of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite deck a lot when we talk about the Two of Pentacles being a little bit of unstable, imbalanced. In the Rider-Waite deck, the Two of Pentacles is signified by someone standing on the beach and there's two ships out in a rough sea, and then you have to make a decision. So do you swim out to save whomever needs saving with the probability of destroying what you've created, or do you let nature take its course and the strongest, the fittest survive? And in this Two of Pentacles, it's about not being distracted about the things that you can't control. You can't control what's going on out there. You can't control all of the things around you. You can control your own stability, your own balance, your own insecurities, your own connection and source, your own connection with spirit and source, and with the abundance and the prosperity and the being and the gratitude and the thankfulness and the physical, emotional, and spiritual power. You can navigate all of that. You can energetically align with all of that, right? You have the opportunity, the potential of spiritually, emotionally, physically aligning with that Nine of Swords energy. You can either align with that energy, or you can align with an energy that makes you feel better, that gives you the little bit of oomph you need to kind of move forward, right? You can align with that Nine of Wands energy, that feeling battle-worn and beaten and not getting results. Or you can align with that Ten of Swords energy that says, look, I'm going to wash my hands of this now. I'm done with it. I've given it way too much of myself, and now I choose to move forward, to align myself with different energy, right? We have new beginnings. Come on now. Manifestation. Oh, peace. Love that. And then one card fell out, and that's the Trust. And because I can't have something imbalanced, because my OCD came out of nowhere recently. We also have career. So there's a new beginning happening here. And Spirit is asking you to trust this manifestational process. Now, if this is your career, your personal life, physical well-being, if it's a partnership, if it is new opportunities on the horizon, make sure that you are not wearing those blinders, and make sure that you don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle, right? When you find yourself getting annoyed, irritated, and agitated because you're in this whole because you're in this insecure moment, that what is it, that cycle of old tapes and old feelings and old ways, right? When you find yourself getting in that way, when you find yourself saying, look, I've done all I can do and I can't do anymore, I'm tired, I'm achy, I'm sweaty, I got calluses on my feet and sweat under my boobs, or whatever it is, take a moment and step back, right? Take a moment and step back and allow yourself to realign, right? Allow yourself to recompute, reprogram, right? Because if your cups are completely empty by the time you get to that point, because it's emotionally exhausting, you won't have anything else to give. You won't have anything else to give it, and you won't have anything else to give yourself. So there has to be a moment in time where you stop and you evaluate and reevaluate the process. Trust the process, trust the new beginnings, trust the manifestation, and be at peace with where you are, right? And then move forward and be at peace with that forward movement, even if it's on a different path, even if it's saying, I've exerted everything that I could to make this work, but I think now is the time for a new beginning, a new opportunity, and a new path. So I'm going to trust that. I'm going to be at peace with that, right? Don't kick yourself in the neener if you feel that you've exhausted every opportunity to do what you wanted to do, and you feel that a new path is inevitable or a new beginning is inevitable, right? Perhaps maybe this new path or this new beginning is more energetically aligned with you than the one you're on now. Perhaps it brings you more peace. Perhaps you're open to trusting it more and to being in alignment with it more, right? Nothing wrong with that. So we have emotional awakening, nurturing, and following your heart. We just talked about it. We have wholeness, repressed emotions, and integration. You guys need to open up. Open up. I think doing a little bit of shadow work is in order as well. To kind of ask yourself, why do I feel 5 minutes before the miracle happens that I have to release and let go? And for some of us, it's a pattern. For some of us, the moment we are about to have a ginormous breakthrough, a new beginning, new opportunities, manifestation, joy, happiness, love, whatever the case is, we throw a wrench in the whole thing. And I think it's all about deserving. Some of us for a very long time has been told that we don't deserve. We don't deserve. We don't deserve. So we take those emotions and we push them down 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 and we push them down. And we start to believe that we don't deserve. So 5 minutes before the miracle happens, we throw a wrench in it. We get in that 9 of Swords energy and that 9 of Wands energy, we get very bent with ourselves and we say, well, you know what? This wasn't meant for me anyway because I don't deserve it. I wash my hands of it. And then later on, we resent that we gave up this new beginning and this manifestational energy. We gave it up because those old tapes played. And those old tapes, yet again, convinced us that we weren't worthy of the opportunities, the manifestation, the blessings that are around us. So this is where the inner strength comes in. This is where the warrior comes in. This is where the clarity comes in and being present. This is where the strength and the courage, this is where the dig deep happens, baby. Give into your passion, give into this new beginning, give into this manifestation, give into the truth and the clarity, right? And this is one of my favorite cards in the Everyday Witch Oracle, and it is change and progress. You know, we talked about the trials and tribulations that happened 5 minutes before the miracle. So he is on this little raft, right, going down these falls, knowing, understanding, and realizing that whatever is at the bottom of this waterfall is worth whatever he has to go through to get here. And his little raft made it okay. The cat has seen better days, and the sail on the raft isn't looking all that hot, but he's made it. He's made it. He went through all of that change to progress forward, gave in to the passion, gave in to the desires, didn't allow himself to be distracted by the uncertainties or the insecurities. Found that clarity, found that presence, found that inner strength, and here we are, giving into our passion, giving into the change, giving into the progress, giving into the new beginnings and the manifestational energy. And then we have rebirth. Ah, rebirth and reinvention. That was stupid. I'm sorry. So rebirth and reinvention. So this is the new you. This is stripping it all back until there's nothing left, and being reborn again, right? She's coming out of that water and she is completely nude, and the little turtles are going into the water in order to start their life. She's coming out of the water to restart her life, and the turtles are going into the water to restart their lives. And the dolphins are happy and they're excited for both. And the cat is like, "Hey, mama, hey, looking good, looking great. What you say?" So the rebirth and reinvention is exactly what we are doing here, right? With this new beginning and this manifestation, trusting the process and finding the truth, and being in a place of peace and passion and in transformational energy as we move ahead, as we follow our heart, as we open up to this emotional awakening. So I think this is great. I think that you recognize that there is a pattern here of giving up 5 minutes before the miracle, and I think you catch yourself, and I think that there is this light bulb moment that goes off, and the change starts to happen, the rebirth and the rejuvenation. I think that it's very important for you to start doing a little bit of shadow work on self, to peel it all back and to find that true version of you. And somewhere inside, I'll take me for an example, somewhere inside of me is a very powerful spiritual being. I don't allow that version of me to be presented because I fear, and I don't know why I fear that version of me. I don't know why I fear the medium version of me, or the intuitive version of me, or the manifestational version of me, or the energy healer of me. I don't know why I fear that, but I do. And I think some of us have versions of us that we are very much afraid of allowing ourselves to integrate with. But if we integrated with that version of ourselves, if we became one, how powerful we could be, how abundant and marvelous we could be, how helpful we could be to others. Think about that and know that you are divinely guided and loved. Talk soon.